it's hard to know. I am not a typical girl, I don't know what to talk because I talk about different stuff, But this time I'm going to talk about the flat earth because I do believe the earth is flat. When you went to school and then you actually learn Pythagoras and you learn all your algebra and all that stuff, science and all that is the only thing is in my head. Equations and what is the smallest part of the particle, and this is the only thing I'm thinking. So this is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the flat earth. First of all, because in the book of Enoch, Enoch, when he is taken to the angels came and get it, Enoch talks about what he saw, because God took him there, and he describes how the earth is like the luminaries and all the stars and all the stuff. And when you know science, and then you begin question science, all my life I've been questioning. And then you figure out that in the book of Enoch, the first book, when he talks about the luminaries and explains about how is the universe, the earth is working. And he says one thing. He says the earth in the book, he says the earth is a disc. It doesn't say it's a sphere. Why he is going to put that? There is a disc. Like flat, like a flat disc. So every day I do my equations. And I try to do the equation. What is the equation in the equator? All these tons and tons of water rotating, moving, because the earth rotates in his own shaft 1,000 miles an hour. Not only that, we're traveling 67,000 miles an hour right now. And where is the movement? They explain everything like they have the ace, and they say is gravity. No one knows what is gravity. No, nobody knows. We know it may be a magnet or I don't know, nobody knows. They can actually say, okay, well, we can calculate the speed by the density of the object, and we know, we can calculate how fast something comes down. We can calculate that, but that doesn't mean that explains what is gravity. So for that, I don't believe in that, and I'm like, where in a sphere? Because, see, every experiment has to be able to be repeated, wherever, no matter what kind of experiment you do, you have to be able to repeat it, so it doesn't call a theory. So the heliocentric planet where we live is not a sphere, because all the physics says no. They cannot prove the earth is moving. Every single picture that you see of the earth is made by computer. It's not a real thing. We can't see the real thing. And the NASA continue lying to us. And when, maybe I'm crazy, but when someone knows so much of equations and physics, I can tell you for sure that the earth is completely flat. It's irrefutable. They cannot prove that to us right now. We don't have one single rocket showing how, when the rocket comes from the earth, how it goes to the space. We never saw that little video. That will be very easy to show it, but no, we never see those things. Everything is made by computer. NASA makes everything by computer. The reason the recent mistake that he makes is the black hole, the picture. You can do that in your computer. If you take a picture of something like that with a Nikon P1000, you can actually take a picture of that and modify it in your computer, and you can show. NASA is complete lying to us. So, you know, talking is about the experiment. How to repeat the experiment about the planet? Tell me, put it in a big box. Because I tried. I put a sphere in a big box, and I create some kind of atmosphere with electricity and a lot of heat and a lot of vapor. Okay? I vacuum everything so it was zero gravity like the space. Then I had to get everything frozen, nothing works. Because if the space is minus 250 degrees, then something is wrong in all these theories. You can put water in a flat stuff and it stays flat. The waters in the ocean stay flat. But if you try to repeat the experiment and put water in a sphere, you can. You can. I try, I get crazy with it. Crazy, trying to figure out what is the formula for the control of the water in the equators. Because the water has to move, it gets a pressure like this when it's moving. So when all the water gets in there, it should be like a big, like 2,000 miles mountain. And you cannot see that because the water doesn't curve. Well, but water does curve, but it doesn't stay in a sphere. I know, this is crazy. This is what I do every single day. Trying to figure out that. Then I go and I measure. I measure here where I live. I measure about 200 miles. I put a stick in one part. I go to the other side, come back, and with my camera, which is not a Nikon 900, it's a Nikon 560, P560, I can see in the 200 miles, I can see the stick that I put with the colors that I put a little rainbow. I can see it for 200 miles with my camera. So that means in a flat place, because they call it the flats here in Guatemala. So it's so flat, it's about 200 miles of flat. And if you say, okay, well, let's start this point, you should be able to see a drop, because we live in a sphere. 200 miles should have about 500 or 900 feet of drop, because we live in a sphere. So this is the calculations about Pythagoras, and NASA confused you with other calculations. But the real calculation, the real physics and the mathematics, I don't know, I'm never going to solve it until I build a little spaceship, which I'm doing. Right now. I mean, I'm going to start, when I start working, when I start making money, I'm going to build, I have a capsule. I don't know where I even talk these things, but it's good to talk, because if you don't talk, I don't talk these things, I do talk it to me. So I talk it here. Some people see it like it's real. Some people think I'm crazy. Some, they think other things. But the thing is this. Some people see it, and sometimes the comments are great because they help me. There's a lot of people in the internet. So I decided to create this machine so I can go to this place. I don't know what it is. I think last time I burned it because I was so close. Oh boy. Maybe I broke it. But anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to build, it's going to be, with all the technology that we have today, I can create my own propulsion, my thrusters. Very simple to create. You just need small little turbines, which you can also create it if you have a lathe machine. You can cut all the aluminum and make little little turbines and put just some hydrogen and make it work. It's very easy if you have the machines to do it. So I have designed my own thrusters with my own turbines, which actually when they get about 20,000, they start working with ether because it's ether up there and it's hydrogen, so it's kind of like a vacuum and it rotates very fast. And this vacuum sucks the atmosphere, which make it a machine that continually, well, in light, once it's up there, because everything up there is gases that you can burn it. So you can be in there if you have the right thrusters, made it of good steel. You know, some parts has to be aluminum because you don't want them to get very hot. You know, but once you get in there, you don't have to keep thrusting because you will be probably in an atmosphere where you might be able to float if you keep the right thrusters. Because I figured out how to do it. I make a small one, and it did work very well. I put it in a bike, and it worked. The propulsion was really good. And I also test the propulsion in an empty space, so it does work when you're in space. Sorry, check my camera. If you don't have, it's empty, nothing like the space, you still will have thrusters because I built a box and I vacuum all the air and I put a little thruster in there that I built, and the thruster did work. So this is what I'm doing. This is what I do every single day. I'm reading. I'm reading right now about the Civil War. Because I have my own theory about, everybody talks about the Civil War. Oh my God, it's hate, and think about the South, and they talk about slavery, but I read the history of the Civil War because it's not only what we've been seeing in history. There is more books that talks other stuff, other theories. Why do they fight? You know, I've been looking for the real fighters. You know, the one they came here from when they come to the colonies in here, the ones that create this country. They fight the real ones, and they lost it. The ones they wanted the real free America. Not the founder fathers, the people that came, they wanted real. They came. It's a very smart people. They came from Europe and the Middle East too, and they fight that war against the enemy. That was the truth. I know slavery is really bad, but you know, you also read about the Nazis. I love the engineering of them all the time. I read them. I see the machines they build, and the Russians too. So, you know, my head is in there. So, as a transgender girl, this is the only thing I talk. I wanted to talk all the doll stuff. I can doll up, but I don't talk too much about that stuff. So I wanted to make another video because they asked me to. So if you see my videos, you have to see all this crazy stuff. You know, I'm excited right now because I get really excited when I talk in front of the camera. I don't know, I'm trying to calm down. I say, oh my God, stay calm, stay calm. But I can stay calm when I'm talking about this. Well, yeah, I've been reading, and I have my theory why it was fight and who was fighters, who was in the right side that time. Because we always see that it's the right side. The right side win because they liberated the slaves. Yes, it was a great thing. But the other side has other ideas. Not only the hate part, okay? There was a different America they will have right now if we didn't lose that. I mean, I consider the South because I'm from Mexico, it's the South. So but I read that because it's very important for me to know all these things that I have questioned, you know? Especially when I start my transition. I start questioning more stuff because I was at my home. So I'm not gonna go outside. I go outside like this, and people just always get kind of impressed. Because I'm so tall. I'm 6 plus the high heels. But 5. That's how tall I am. 6. I like to be tall because in the store I like to go there like that. I really like to go when I'm like this because it makes me feel different. And makes me feel different, makes me feel good. This is why I will never come back to be who I was before. Because I forgot about my dreams. I came to America, I came to the north looking to the real north. I wasn't coming here, I tried to cross the Canadian government, but the immigration didn't let me. So I came back to the United States, and I came here to Alaska, and I explored here. But I still have to go, because if you have a compass, if you follow the true north, this is where I want to go. It's all this craziness of mine is to go there. This is what I'm building this machine, to go to that place. Because the old maps, they have one mountain. All the maps, cartographers, real cartographers, Spaniards, French, English, some Germans, not Germans, cartographers. They don't have an ocean, but they have cartography. And they have one mountain in there. It calls Rupert's Nigra. And it's supposed to be magnetic and, okay, I think the wave of time is right there in that spot. I don't believe in gravity, but I believe in some kind of magnetism that is controlled by that, And because you don't have a compass that says the north, you cannot follow the north unless you cannot follow the south unless you have the north. So, see what I'm talking about? Why is that working like that? So, I think the wave of the time is where it's revolving right there. So, that's it. Okay.